Chapter 2. Bardex arrived early and sat at a table at a small outside food location. After ordering a drink, Winex walked over to the table. Winex is beautifully dressed in a shimmering gown, one of her best. She wanted him to feel what he had missed. So Bardex, before I walk away, you had better give me a good reason to stay. You've not contacted me for over 2 months. I'm truly sorry. Well, I shouldn't, because I want to protect you in case word gets out. Just because I care about you, I will tell you where I've been. Winex looks him in the eyes. I'm warning you, you had better not lie to me. Bardex stood up and walked around the table to pull out the chair for Winex. After Bardex gives her a peck on the cheek, Winex gives him a half smile and sits down. Bardex returns to his chair, keeping his eyes locked on Winex. I would never lie to you. It started the day of our last meeting. After dropping you off at the office, I was just entering my home when the phone rang. Bardex entered his home just as the communications device on his desk announced an incoming contact. Hello, this is Bardex. This is Taryn. I can't talk, this may be traced. I need to see you at the place we first met, now. The line goes dead, leaving Bardex with a question on his face. Putting down the communications device, Bardex turns and exits his place and closes the door. Racing down the staircase, he reaches the street and hails a public transport. Take me to the Take-In bar, quick. Bardex sat back in thought and waited during the short drive, drumming his fingers on the window, wondering what this was all about. Taryn was a careful man. He lived in the underworld of the city and knew all the contacts. Bardex had never seen Taryn this scared before, and that begged a number of questions. As the transport pulled up to the bar, Bardex brushed his card on the pay box and quickly exited. With a few steps, Bardex entered the bar and spotted Taryn in the darkest corner of the bar, hunched over trying not to be seen. Bardex walked over and sat down. Quietly, Bardex looks at Taryn and asks, Okay, Taryn, what's this all about? Taryn is dirty and scarred from the years of combat on the streets. I'm in trouble. I overheard a conversation that I wasn't supposed to. Bardex looks sternly. I need a little bit more than that. We go back a long way, and if you need my help, I need you to start from the beginning. A nervous Taryn looks around to make sure no one is paying attention. I was sleeping outside in the alley by that fancy food place, the one by the hotel in the south section. 2 men exited the hotel back entrance and came into the alley, all dressed up in their finest, and started talking about a robbery being targeted for tomorrow night at the Eucarian mansion. They didn't see me. One had a tattoo on his neck like a green bird. The other was an albino. They were casually discussing how to get the loot out of the city and who they may be able to get to target the sales to. Then one went back inside, the other headed to the street. Taryn looked around the bar again. I don't know who to tell. I thought about it all night. I called you. Is that all? Yes, I'm scared. I've heard about this albino. If my name gets exposed, I'm a dead man. Bardex looks him in the eyes. I'm the only one you've talked to? Did a specific buyer get mentioned? Yeah, but no one but you. I didn't hear any buyer names. Okay, go get lost and don't tell a soul what you told me. I will keep you out of this. Thanks. I knew I could trust you. Bardex throws some money on the table, rises and leaves the bar, not looking back. After walking down the street for a couple of blocks, checking to see if anyone was following, Bardex takes out his mobile communications unit and dials the local security office. Connect me to Dak's office. Dax? I will be over shortly. We need to talk. Bardex continues walking and shortly reaches the local security office. The office is busy and many officers and office people are coming and going. Some in a rush, others sitting and working on paperwork. Bardex climbs the stairs to the second floor and heads to a back office. Knocking on the door, he sees Dax inside, sitting at his desk, waving him to enter. "How you doing, Dax?" "Not bad. What's this visit about?" "You normally only call me when you're locked away." "I heard something on the street you need to know about." "Okay, I'm listening." Bardex and Dax begin discussing the robbery information. After a short conversation, Bardex rises and leaves the office. Leaving the security building, Bardex places a communication. "Hello, Lena. I understand you hold the protection for the Ukari mansion. I have something I need to discuss relative to a potential fee. I'm headed over now to discuss options." That evening found Bardex outside the Ukari mansion. Bardex stands a block away, waiting for the event to happen. The security forces are in places around the mansion, waiting for the thieves to enter the trap. Sitting there, he sees two men emerge from some bushes carrying a cloth bag and start walking away from the direction of the mansion. He gets out of the transport and begins to tail them. The men wave for a passing transport. Bardex waves down a different transport. "I need you to find out where transport 25553 is going and take me to the same location." Transport driver smiles. "It's going to cost you double fare." Done. The transport driver picks up his communications device. "Central, need the drop-off location for the current fare for 25553. This policeman is asking me to help." He smiles at Bardex. A voice comes over the communicator. "Taxi shop 34/22. The transit heads out, weaving through traffic. Reaching the taxi shop, Bardex pays the driver and exits. The transport drives away as Bardex finds a position to monitor the front of the shop. Sensing a movement, Bardex sees the door close at the shop. Moving back into the shadows, he waits. After a few minutes, Bardex hears yelling, then screams, followed by quiet. Bardex pulls out his communications device. "Dax? Why are you calling me now? We're waiting for something to happen." "I spotted two men leaving the area and followed them. They came to the taxi shop 34/22. Things don't feel right. I think you better get over here now." "On my way. Keep an eye open for movement. Don't enter the shop." Security transports soon arrive and surround the area. A large number of security forces move in and start searching the taxi shop. One of the security troops enters the shop. Shortly thereafter comes a message over communications. "Attention, two bodies at the taxi shop, 34/22. We need transports and announcements for any suspicious people in the area." Dax arrived shortly after the broadcast and enters the shop. Seeing Dax, Bardex moves towards the shop area, only being stopped by the security line. As Dax comes out of the shop onto the sidewalk, he holds up an imager to the Bardex, showing the two dead men lying face up with their throats slit wide open. "Bardex, are these the men you followed?" "Yep, same two. Anyone else around?" "I didn't see anyone leave, but exit may have been done through the back." "No, my man didn't find anyone, but there were signs of a struggle. Think that the tattoo man and the albino may be our suspects?" "Probably. I have heard rumors that they are illegal traders from the dry country. I saw those two guys with a cloth bag. Did you figure out what they may have stolen?" "After you called, my men went inside the mansion. Turns out the two tunneled in and grabbed a collection of valuable stones family keeps in their collection room. Dug right through the floor. Didn't activate the security system. Didn't actually enter the house. I will issue an arrest call for the albino and the tattooed guy, but in the backcountry, no chance of anyone going after them from the security forces. Guess they will get away this time." As Dax and Bardex walk away from the building, suddenly the front of the building explodes in fire. Dax and Bardex are thrown forward into the street as the area turns into a mass of flames, rushing security and sirens driving the chaos. Later, after bodies of 3 security officers are carried out of the building, Dax looked at Bardex, standing at the back of an ambulance being treated. Give anything to get those guys. I'm close with those officers' families. The next day, Bardex watches as a shady man walks in and heads to the back of the bar where Bardex is sitting. Bardex shoves a drink at him and he sits down. I hear you have some information for sale? Bardex shoves his hand across the table. The man puts his hand on top and draws back the money being passed. I hear you're looking for an albino with a tattooed partner. I hear he came into some rocks. If you want to find him, you'd better be ready to travel to the dry country. Do you know where exactly they can be found? He holds up at a place called Terrock, about a 4-day trip from the end of the rails. I was scheduled to move the rocks, but after he killed the thieves, it's too hot. I told him now he has to wait and let things cool down. But you don't hear any of this from me. I wouldn't take kindly if my name got mixed up with this. I have customers to think about. Don't worry, I just need to find them and the merchandise. I only want the insurance reward, not trouble. The man downs a drink, rises, and shuffles back out of the bar to the front door and leaves. Bardex finishes his drink, rises, and exits through the back.
We do not get paid by YouTube for any of our videos, so please consider contributions. Thank you.
If you enjoy our videos, please click Patreon on the front page and buy me a drink. Thank you. Please like and subscribe the Watcher in the Fall channel.